Question 6 says the functions of f, f prime, and f double prime are graphed below. So we have all three on the same graph, and what they want us to do is they want us to identify these functions. So there's sort of two approaches to a problem like this. You could get super analytical and start trying to compare and contrast each graph and look for inflection points and critical values. Or you can just use your basic knowledge of graphs. So for me, and how derivatives work, to get you started. So for me, the first thing that I noticed is that this is clearly a parabola, right? And we know parabolas are power 2. This graph is clearly a cubic function, right? And that's power 3. So I have a squared and a cube. And if we know how derivatives work with the power rule, we know that every time you take the derivative, the power goes down by 1. So I have a 2, I have a 3, and the remaining graph is even curvier. It's even, right, twisty-turnier. So if you don't recognize that this is what's called a quartic function or power 4, we know that polynomial functions, every time you increase a power, you sort of create another turning point. So my hypothesis would be that this is a graph of something squared, this is the graph of something cubed, and this is the graph of something to the 4th. So this is most likely f, this is most likely f prime, and this is most likely f double prime. Now to confirm this, I am going to get just quickly analytical about just f and f prime. And so we know that if a function, right, this has a horizontal tangent line, then there should be a 0 on the derivative graph corresponding to that location. And then if we trace this graph, the next time we see a horizontal tangent, there is in fact a 0 on what we're calling the derivative graph. And then we have another turning point right here, and that is in fact also a 0 on the first derivative. So I personally feel like that's enough for me to confirm my choices. Now, before I go into selecting my answer, it's very, very easy in a problem like this to grab the wrong thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, f, f prime, and f double prime. They are described in the answer choices as either full, dashed, or dotted. So this looks like the dashed line. This full, I think, is what they mean by solid line. And then this is the dotted line. Okay, so that's what I think my answer is. So now let's go down to these answer choices. So all of the answer choices are structured where they describe f and then f prime. So I say f is dotted. So this says f is full, so this is out. This says f is full, so this is out. Sorry, I said f was dashed. This says f is dashed. This says f is dashed. This says f is dotted. So now I'm down to 2 answers. F prime is full. I have full, but just to confirm, they have f is dashed, f is dotted, so by process of elimination, this must be the correct answer.